Come on in, Andy Puzder, we need you. You've written about this. Why should people trust their children to a union which stands with the far, far left?
They shouldn't trust them to educate their children at all. You're talking about an economic system with capitalism that's literally lifted billions of people out of poverty. Even Barack Obama back in 2015 stated that it was the greatest system in history for creating wealth, and it lifted, again, billions of people out of poverty. So you've got really the greatest system ever developed by mankind, by humankind, for eliminating poverty and increasing prosperity across the globe. And the people in Colorado, the teachers in Colorado, want to teach it pursuant to a list of Marxist grievances. So I wouldn't trust. I'd pull my kids out of public school in Colorado. I would not trust them to go to that school.
Why can't we de-unionize the public schools? As I recall, they were unionized by executive order in the very early 1960s by President Kennedy. He just stroke of a pen. You're unionized. You could do the same thing in reverse, couldn't you? And I think our public schools would be a whole lot better off.
Yeah, it'd be difficult politically, but I'll tell you what, it would be a very, very smart thing to do, because what you have with these public unions, when they're negotiating for salary increases or to get different benefits and such, retirement benefits, there really is no employer, as you would think about an employer, somebody responsible for the profitability of the company. You're really negotiating with the governor, and these unions contribute huge amounts to these political candidates. So they go to the governor and say, look, increase our benefits, increase our retirement benefits. And even if you don't have the money to pay for an increase in our salaries now, look, it'll be 2 governors down the road before these expenses hit. What do you care? And we'll contribute to your campaign and you'll get elected, and then you'll support us some more. So this is why Franklin Roosevelt, who's far to the left of even John Kennedy, he was very adamant that public employees should not unionize, and that's absolutely a fact.
And it holds true today, in my opinion. Andy, I want your opinion on tipping. We've been running several pieces on the show in the last week about these self-checkouts. They even have a button. Press this button and you tip somebody who's had nothing to do with you at all. I want your personal rule. When do you tip? Who do you tip? And how much?
I will tell you that my rule changed over the pandemic. Before the pandemic, I tipped people when I thought they did a good job. And if they did a good job, the better job they did, the better tip they got. And I think that's traditionally what tipping was about. In the pandemic, I was just happy if people showed up to work. So if I went into a restaurant or a store and I might tip somebody just because they were there and thank them for coming into work. And that's become a problem in the United States. We still don't have the number of people back to work that we need back to work. But I'm getting back now to tipping for good service. It's time that we got back to the real purpose of tipping, which was to thank people for doing a good job and not something that was really just a way to increase bills for these retailers, particularly if you're ordering online. What sense does it make to tip an iPad? It doesn't make any sense at all. So I think I'm going to go back to my original rule, was you get a tip if you do a good job.
Just wait till AI asks you for a tip, because that's coming. It's going to happen real soon. Andy Puzder, thank you very much indeed, sir. See you again soon.